Don't get me wrong, I like Facebook and it's great for messaging your real friends. It's great for staying in contact with people that you no longer see or they live somewhere else. But there is a side to Facebook that I don't like, the self-promotional side. When I personally post a status, the fact that whether or not it gets liked can have an effect on my mood at that time. I think it's kind of unhealthy. It can even kind of change my self-perception, the way I view myself, because I'll be like, oh, I'm quite popular, or oh, like the majority of the time, not so popular, Sarah. Bit of a weirdo. One thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I dislike the sexism that still lingers on in our society. Now, I'm not talking about the kitchen jokes because I kind of find them funny, and I'm not talking about things like slut shaming, which is when a boy can sleep around with loads of girls, and if a girl does it, she's a slut and a whore and nobody likes her. Even though I do believe that is a problem to address, that's not what I'm going to talk about in this video. I once watched this vlog. I'll try and link it down below if I can find the exact vlog. During the vlog, they were in, I think, a hotel corridor, and as they were walking down, they were all kind of joking around, and one of the guys, it was a group of guys, pulled down his trousers and was just walking around in his boxers, and it was all hilarious and funny, and they uploaded it to YouTube, and it was all fine. I thought it was hilarious, but then I thought, could a girl do that? I went to a camp, and while we were at the camp, on the last night, a group of boys from the youth group I was with decided to, most of them, run around in their boxers. One of them ran around in just a t-shirt, no boxers. And they were all running around and we saw them and it was funny and ha 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 la 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 la. Turned out that some wardens like caught them and were really peed off and like took them back to the tent, woke up our leaders and were like having a go at the leaders. Just hilarious. But then again, could a girl do that? I think that if I saw some girls running around, I'd think they're not very classy, they're quite slutty, they're quite provocative. I feel like that because of this role or responsibility that we have as a female, we're kind of restricted from some freedom. One of the things I want to talk about is the fact that women are expected to be hairless. Some women have hair in places where it's thought as that it's not okay for them to have hair there. Now I'm talking about things like they might have moustache hair, they might have chin hair, they might have hair on their fingers, they could have stomach hair, they could have nipple hair. If when I listed some of these things you immediately went ill, I want you to reflect, whether you're male or female, on the fact that the females who do have this hair, it's not their choice, they didn't decide to have hair there, and they themselves are probably not happy that they have the hair there. I just personally dislike and find it sad that in this society, women feel that they have to remove this hair and that there's no other choice, otherwise they'll kind of be rejected. At the end of the day, shaving and waxing is only going to make things worse. Things get thicker and things get darker. When I first started shaving my legs, I had very light, sparsely spaced blonde leg hair. I now have a lot thicker, darker, longer hair if I let it grow out. And I kind of just feel like, wouldn't the world be a better place if we just left it? And what I was just talking about there was hair that is only for some women the case. So fair enough, women might compare themselves to other women who don't have it and feel like for that reason, to be feminine, they need to not have hair there. But in some situations, like armpit hair, that is natural. I don't know, or I don't think that there are many women who are naturally hairless there. In the same way that a nose is a feature that a woman has, hair there is also a feature that a woman has. A lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women still feel that in order to be feminine, they must remove this hair. I shave my armpits because I'm embarrassed to lift up my arms if I have not shaved my armpits. I am a bit lazy though, and don't shave them as regularly as I could. Things like shaving take up time, they take up effort, and I'm not joking around about time consumption here. It can be unpleasant. I find that it's kind of like a lack in human decency, that is not attractive, that for some reason a natural feature is not attractive. But at the same time, to stick up for the lads, I have definitely heard of guys who shave their stomach or their chest hair because they feel that it's unattractive. I feel that women in general have more appearance pressure. I'm going to use a magazine to demonstrate my point. Where did I put the magazine that I wanted to use? It was really here. Like, I got the pages out and everything. So first of all, we have an advert for a perfume for a male candidate. Now, I'm gonna go with you here. You've definitely got Precious, who has a jawline like that, who has eyes with the freaking reflections in them. You can tell, like, further down where his neck is, he's obviously got a more muscular, I don't know, good body bone structure as well. His face is perfectly symmetrical. Is that realistic? You definitely have your fair share of Precious lads, and that's not fair, and that shouldn't be there. I'd like to point out a few things. This fellow has wrinkles. This fellow has pores in his skin. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, that's realistic. Now I'm going to show you in comparison a female page right here. Some women do wear makeup, and this probably affects the fact that their skin is made to look more flawless, because makeup does make skin look better. Makeup can only make skin look better to a certain extent, and I feel like the pictures in magazines are ridiculous. They may as well be painted. If you look at this picture right here, advert for makeup, no surprise, her skin is ridiculous. It's just unrealistic. People have more detail in their skin than that. They have pores, they have wrinkles, it's called human. Unless you're a baby or you're some crazy lucky outlier, I have never met someone with skin like that before. Please, please, please do feel free to contribute to anything that I've said, because I feel like these are 2D arguments. They're only what I think and what I have thought. You need to have different people's input to have a true perspective. Please do check out the other days of this week to find out the rest of the group's dislikes, because who doesn't want to know what people dislike? I sure have enjoyed the videos.